Hi, I am Jankiben Kirtan Patel and my student ID is the 25002118. And today I am discuss about the collaborative partnership with families and communities in early childhood education. Here is the introduction about the assessment. There is the question about from the interviewer that what is it and what can be acquired in the process of early childhood education through the having collaborative partnership with the families and communities. The answer from the student is collaborative between the teachers, families, and the whole community is important to enable the children to learn, remain healthy, and generally grow both socially and psychologically. The national quality standard is Quality Area 6, which is directly connected to the establishment of partnership with families and communities and understanding that meaningful interactions, contributions, and contribute to the well-being of the children, their learning and developments, that is from the Australian Children Education and Care Quality Authority 2022. The family is a significant aspect in the learning of the children, since family is the first and major teacher in the life of the children. In a situation where childhood service is provided, teacher can be more equipped to learn more about culture and values other than individual needs of the child in situation where they establish good relationship with the families. By such a partnership, the teachers are able to offer constructive learning environments and health development conditions that are supportive and conducive to learning. It is also proven that early childhood education, which incorporates the family integration of family, will uh, use of improve the educational and environment of the children, the social and emotional development of the same. It ensures that effective teamwork between the teachers, the parents, and the society is essential in developing the children in the healthy and normal manner of the early childhood education practices. Here is the understanding collaborative partnerships. The question from the interviewer is that what is the kind of partnership that are established between communities and families in the process of early childhood education? What are the ways that such mutual relationships take place in the context of early childhood learning? The answer from the student is the term educator, family, and community partnerships can be defined as the two-way relationships that are supportive and respectful, and they contribute to the learning and development of children besides the overall well-being. The relationships are similarly based on the foundation of truth, free communication, and mutual accountability in children's education. The collaborative partnership, as it is defined by Mason, Brown, and Carter, are a dynamic and multi-layer relationship that assume emotional, social, and professional contents. In such relationships, teacher can get to know more about the interest of children, their strength, and the development needs. The early education services also mediator of the partnership between other community organizations in addition to dealing with the families as well. These organizations may include health services, culture organizations, libraries, and social support organizations. Community partnerships are also an resource of opportunity that gives children a more productive learning experience and family well-being as well. The next is collaborative partnership and children's development. The question is, but what are the inclusion, learning, and development of children through collaborative partnerships? Here is the answer. The collaborative partnership should be developed through several channels which help in the growth of the children. The primary benefit is that the collaborative will allow the teachers to get to know the culture and the family background of children. The collaborations with families offer educators some useful insights and that would enable them to create inclusive learning experiences that would be an idea about children's identity and cultural traditions. The feeling of belongings also occur among with children during the early childhood arrangement since the family is concerned. The children will be secure, relaxed, and supported by the more powerful sense active involvement of the families as well. That a good relationship with peers and teachers is encouraged by the emotional safety as well. Otto Meyer Appent says that the children will family that to participate in the early childhood education program will have improved cognitive development by the time the program ends, improve communicative skills and academic engagement as well. Children at special education need will perform well practically when the under cooperative partnerships. As an illustration, that interaction of the teachers, families, and the medical workers might allow revealing the development programs at the more advanced stages. This type of collaboration would assist the instructor to adopt appropriate practices and give the required encouragements to learning and develop the children. The next is benefit of family and community engagement. The question is how are family and community involved in the early childhood education services? The answer from the student is there are benefits to both the educator and the family, and generally the community intervention of families and community into the early childhood education. In children, communication result in improved learning and emotional stability as well. Children are motivated to learn in the presence of their families to help them during the learning process. This sharing of information aids the teachers in creation superior and customized learning experiences. The role of family in the attainment of inclusions and cultural awareness in culturally diverse communities in the very high. Banks, Key, and Coleman emphasize that the teacher should develop culturally responsive approaches in assessing other families as well. The role of family in the attainment of inclusion and cultural awareness in culturally diverse communities is high. The consideration of cultural value and traditions of families will help in coming up with the inclusive learning environment where the children feel valued and respected by by their families as well. Another option of enhancing the early childhood education programs is that the establishment of partnership with the community organizations that can be enable the children have access more resources and educations. The example of partnership with the local libraries, cultural centers, and health services would help perhaps to develop the situation with literacy among children, cultural awareness, and health status in general. These relationships increase the relationship between the early childhood services and rest of the society as well. The next is strategies for establishing effective partnerships. The question is what can be done to establish an effective partnership between the early childhood services and the families and communities? The answer is such services like early childhood education may employ various techniques which may be used in the competitive or for effective and influence associations between the service and the families and community in general. The welcoming and inclusive environment are one of the strategies. The family will be more willing to be associated with the educators and participate in the learning of their children as soon as they can feel respected and valued. The other significant plan is open and effective communications. The newsletters, meetings, online platforms, and casual discussions are some of the communication tools that teachers can use to inform parents about the child's development and learning as well. Technology can also facilitate family engagement so that the educator and the families can easily communicate with each other. However, in the case of using digital tools, it is necessary to consider that accessibility and the equality should be considered as well. Buddhism, Lee, and Cumming are the observe that the digital divide has households that cannot be able to gain access to the technology based partnership. The early childhood services should therefore ensure that the communication strategies are available for all the families. Next is maintaining strong partnerships. The question is, what can the educator do in order to maintain the partnerships? That the answer is the good partnership must be maintained by working hard and it must be constantly communicated and reflected. To make partnership meaningful and efficient, teachers should also perform a routine evaluations of the practice of their engagement and discuss it with the families so that they can make decisions regarding their roles. Trust has to be established in the making of long-term partnership. The bond of trust is created when the instructing personalities admire openness and curiosity into the perceptions of families. As stated in the winnings of Mason, Brown, and Carter, the partnerships are effective based on the mutually beneficial relationships, whereby the educator and family work in guaranteeing children are developed. Partnership building can also consist of professional development. To collaborative with various families, teachers should be equipped with the communication and cultural competence and the family engagement strategies as well. Now, here is the conclusion. The question is, what are the key issues that you have addressed during this 5 hours from the interviewer? The answer from the student is that according to the national quality standard, it is valuable to develop a good rapport with the families and communities in Australia to support the learning and well-being of the children. That's from the ACE-CQA 2020-22. The joint venturing help in creation of inclusive environment that aid in learning and growth of the children by facilitating working relationship among teachers, family members, and community members. It has been proven that family involvement improves the academic performance as well, social development, and the emotional conditions of the children as well. That is mentioned in the Otero and Mayer in 2025. Moreover, another promising opportunity is that establishment of community and family partnerships that would improve educational programs, inclusive practices, and improve communications between the educators and families. Respectful relationships, open communications, and cultural responsiveness can be also used in the form of effective partnerships. As anticipated in that a healthy working relationship between the teachers, parents, and society offer positive learning conditions in which children would feel appreciated and the children would feel welcome and willing to achieve their potentials as well. So here are the references from the where we can use this information and Thank you so much for listening my news. Um, Thank you so much. If you have any queries, you can ask me, you can contact me. Thank you so much.